Hey guys, welcome back to Tamiya Legends, and once again, as always, thank you for clicking on today's video. Massively appreciated. So, obviously, this is the Tamiya it's a Tamiya Thundershot video. Winter's kind of here, and there's a lot of big projects I've been putting off until winter, and this is one of them. But this is kind of the first one I'm picking up on because I don't have a Thundershot in my collection. I did a really cool one about 2 years ago, which has gone now to a good friend of mine in the US, and he really appreciates it. Anyway, so this one's for me. So as you can see, we have an original box with the original car, and we have the re-re. So if you're a Tamiya purist, you might as well turn off now because you're not going to like what I'm going to do. But so by the end of this video, this is going to be completely finished. Now, very quickly, I did say probably a year ago, or the beginning of the year, that I got the re-re, and then this was donated to me by a lovely gentleman called Rocco. Hope I pronounced your name correctly. So I said I would give this one away. I'm still going to do that, but I've had some more ideas about what I'm going to do with it, and given what I'm going to do with bits of this kit now, that's going to force me to do my plan A. So it will be a giveaway, but it's going to be a special one, but not anytime soon. But yeah, as I say, back to this. So the goal of this video, take the period electrics out of it because I don't need that weight in it. This is 100% a shelf queen. Massive shout out to Keith over at RC Icons. He put this like package together, or these bits together, a long time ago. So what are these called? Part number 53028 Thundershot Universal Shaft and Cup Set. Yeah, look at them bad boys. So we got 2 packs of them, so UJ's all round. He also sent me with that the rear sway bar set, which was an upgrade. We have, from Keith again, original decals. Very cool. Now, I've got brand new shocks to put on this. Now, there's nothing wrong with these ones. I'll probably leave the rears, but I do have a brand new set should I need them. They're exactly the same. But as been well alluded to many times by myself on this channel, the Thundershot was the first Tamiya kit I ever built. So it's here for me. And I raced this back in the day, and I didn't have UJs on it. Definitely not. It was fully ball race, but I did buy the twin conversion front shock set for it, and I have the shocks here, brand new. So that's super cool. So that's the bits that are going to be going on the chassis. Now, if you're a purist, this is a bit that's going to upset you. So this is all original, but I can't paint this yet. I do have a second set of original decals. Not here yet, but I found a set really cheap. But on this car, the re-re comes with the shell is pre-painted and pre-cut, and it comes with the wing as well, which was an upgrade back in the day. I believe the re-re wing mounts differently to how the original one did. But anyway, so I'm going to use that body and wing set on this car, and then what we don't use we'll put in this box. But anyway, that's for another video. And I'll probably I'll check these wheels out close up, but if there's, because this has only been lightly used, but I want this to be absolutely new and mint, so I might use the new wheels and tyres on it as well, and then we'll do a tyre writing. So that's going to be super cool. When I was digging through this, because I put some parts in the original box that Rocco sent me, and I found his note. Normally I would throw this away afterwards once I've made the video about whatever somebody sent me. I'd kind of throw it away because I say everything on the way. But I kept this because it touched me. Very short and sweet. You'll appreciate this. Hi Glenn. As we get older, all we have are our memories. Enjoy, Rocco. P.S. Keep the videos coming. Love that message. All we have are memories. So true. This channel's done so well because of that. Anyway, let's chat. I'm looking forward to this because by the end of the video this is finished. It's not like I'm going to do a chassis build and then it's just everything in this video. So I'm going to sort of condense it down because obviously this intro's taken way longer than I planned because I can't shut up. So we'll get the next bits done quite quickly. Let's get cracking. Right, so that's the original car if you've not seen it. It's stunning. So cool to have an unpainted original shell, and that Lexus is just so thin compared to what they use nowadays. Does need a little bit of trimming up, but again, we're not using that in this video. So yes, that's the car. What can I show you? I can show you them closer up. Look at them. How nice are they? Oh, 2 pairs of them and brand new front shocks, which makes a huge difference. That's the rear stabilizer kit for the rear. I'm using the original that came with this car. What do you call it? Dust protector stroke driver figure. So yeah, that's where we'll be starting. I need to cut that out properly, clean it up, and then get some paint on that driver, because you paint all that from the inside, and it's yeah, it's not much fun painting those. What else is there to show you? That's the original decals that came from Keith, and because we're using the wing from the Riri kit, obviously I've dug the Riri decals. Look at the size difference. Obviously the decals are the same size, but just look. It's almost double the size it was, and the wing decals are not that. It's that one there. Sorry, those two are the wing, and you have the option of pushing more or keep it down on the rear, which is always cool. Yeah, just awesome. And then the parts that I'll be using from the Riri. So parts wise, it's the brand new wheels and tyres from a Riri, although these are in tip-top condition. Pre-painted and cut body, which is just awesome. Save a ton of work, and the wing as well came painted. So yeah, that's it. So first job, as I say, is just to get the first bit of paint in here. I'll do this in the background, and we'll concentrate on getting the electrics out and starting to take the car apart. Right, so we'll have everything off. So yeah, I'm taking all the period correct electrics out of it, simply because I don't need it. So I know some people like it like this, and now and again I do, but on a car like this, I just don't. So let's whiz all that out, and we'll give it a quick clean up as well. Right, that's obviously the electrics out. I've put the gear. What do you call that? What do you call that? Gear mounting, that's what holds your speedo and your servo down there. So not too sure what the Riri comes with. I would imagine it might be the same, or they might have changed it, I don't know. Anyway, I've put that back in. I've left the steering servo in just so I can keep the wheels straight. Leaving the motor in, just don't know why, just damn. I've cut the original out now, and that just tucks in at the front there, and then with one screw it locates there. So now the idea, what I need to do is I need to get some hot soapy water on this, get this cleaned out because it's yellowing, get all the dust off of it, and then I'm just going to start adding paint. So I'll do this sort of off camera, but yeah, there's seat belts, steering wheel, gloves, and then his body, and then everything else is black. I like the driver figure in white, but I think box art's silver. Interestingly, on the box art on the original, it has red seat belts, and on the Riri black, which was kind of odd. And also the on his helmet on the original, it's got some like decals on it that you don't get with the kit. And then on the Riri, it's just kind of bog standard silver with just like one little decal in the middle. Anyway, not that that matters. So yeah, I think suit wise, silver. Because if I do his gloves black, then that kind of molds into the steering wheel and you don't really see it. Anyway, I'll do that kind of off camera and show you that when it's finished. So next step for this is to do the drive shafts, and then I can take this apart and get in there and clean all those arms. Right, as you can see, monoshock off, and all the hardware that fits that on, because it fits differently. Just with one of the front hubs off, give it a quick clean. Out cup and metal dog bone come out and get replaced by these thing of beauty. Probably need to see if I can pull that cup out. It's quite tight to get into. There it's coming. Because on the instructions on the back it says you've got to put an O-ring in the inner cup, but yeah, it's got an O-ring in it. So anyway, yes, let's get the fronts in. Right, that's both the front pair UJs in position, really nice. And now I'm just starting to mess around with the front shocks. So I had to get a longer screw for this mount using same nut and same spacer, and down here there's this blue spacer that I've used, and that's how that works. Lovely. Right, let's get the second one on. Right, that's back end taken apart. Well, not taken apart, but you know, enough to get the unis in there in the rear. Superb. So now I just need to open this bag up and figure out how the rear stabilizer goes on. Probably should have fitted this first. I think I've got to take this apart to get in there. Happy days. Right, so I've had to dig out my Terrascorcher. Where is it? So I can copy it, the stabilizer, how it goes. So yes, what I've done, the kit comes with the ball ends that goes on this side of the arm, and I made these turnbuckles up. I've just matched the size of a Terrascorcher, and then the actual bar and the ball ends are on. So what I have to do now, is whiz this rear shock tower off, and then the actual bar locates behind that. Right, let's get that fitted. Right, and that's in position. As I said, 3 screws there, that comes off, and then this has got cutouts for the bar, and the bracket that's actually onto the chassis has a slot as well. So you just slot it in, put that back on, and that holds the bar in place. And then obviously you just make your connections, and the result is that. So yes, very cool. Very, very, very cool indeed. So what I'm going to do now is I went over the driver in silver, but only one coat, because now I'm going to blast it over in black, and that should darken the silver down and make it, hopefully make it look a little bit more used. I don't know, we'll see. But that's all it needs. Done the helmet. I'm just waiting for that to dry. So yeah, I'll go get black on that, and then we'll come back and fit the new rear shocks. Right, nice shiny new shocks on. Lovely. All working as it should. So is that the chassis finished? I kind of feel that it is. Yeah, I think that's that done. Right, so I've got the PS5 black on the dust cover driver figure. So I've got to wait for that to dry. So I'll put a little bit more paint on the driver's head, and then we'll dig the new wheels and tyres out and start with tyre writing. We'll just concentrate on the paint stuff because that's the most time consuming. Right, so these are actually the original wheels and tyres. I dug the other ones out, as you can see, and I put a tyre on, and then I thought, just have a quick look at these. And I noticed a couple of cracks in the tyres. So there's 0 point putting brand new ones on when these look great, and the tread is pretty much untouched, to be honest. So anyway, we've got the tyre writing done. There is, I don't know if it's an age thing, but the Riri rubber, it's just not, it's way softer than the originals. Now I don't know if that's age and the tyres get harder with age, or if it was just a different rubber compound. I've no idea. Leave that in the comments if you know. Anyway, that's that done. What else have we got to show you? So that's kind of done, just needs tidying up, and I've just put the white on his fireproof mask thing. I've just got to put the eyes, the flesh colour eyes on that, but that white's gonna take a little bit of time to dry. Oh my god, just stay there, will you? Alright, this is awesome, great viewing. You don't want to do it. Stay. Right, so I guess next now, so we've got that head to paint, and then that's pretty much done. So we might as well start cutting out the decals. I think that's the next stage. So I've just dug the body out. As I say, this is how it comes. I've just taken the protective film off. Also on the wing. The wing sits round about, wing sits round about there with a couple of standoffs, just a little bit. The wing for a lot of people is Marmite. They either love it or hate it. It's grown on me over the years. I would have never had that on my car back in the day. But then the original Tamiya wing hop up for the top, they just became like super rare. almost super valuable because people were selling them for crazy money. Anyway, I was lucky I bought one off, I believe it was Lyndon. Shout out to Lyndon if you're watching. And I put it on the last one, and I really liked it. It makes the car look completely different. Anyway, let's start with the original decals first and put the ones on. Anyway, we'll do it step by step. Right, so that's the squeaky bum decals cut out. So these four are your main stripe, which separates the blue from the white, and then all these, what is this, 5 of them, these are all for the canopy. So I find, not so much these ones, but I find the canopy quite difficult. But anyway, let's try get them on. Right, that's so that's 4 decals, 2 either side. So you got you got your main one goes up, and then there's a little joining piece that goes down here. I've done both sides of that. So it's funny, you know. And I remember this from the very original one I had back in late 80s, and obviously it wasn't cut, but by the time you cut it out and then you painted it, it's when you put when these decals go on first, it just becomes a Thundershot. It's just, I don't know, white into that blue and then the red and white just breaking it up. I just think it looks absolute class. Look at that. Right, now the canopy. This is a bit I really don't enjoy. Right, so that's the canopy on. That was horrendous, really horrendous. So yeah, if you've done one of these before, well, not so much the re-re, but the original, this big blue decal comes in one piece, whereas on the re-re they've split it into 2, and I understand why. So you've got, bloody hell, great viewing, isn't it? So you've got to get this bit square and straight like that, and it's not the easiest to do. So anyway, yeah, because I've got this slightly wrong, it knocks everything else out. But I've kind of caught it. Here's what it shouldn't be. That line there, that white line should be straighter. There should have been a bit more angle. So this blue should have come round, swept around more, and then would have given me the correct. So it doesn't look too bad, to be honest. But this one is one piece, which I've had to do in. So I've cut there, so I've put that little piece on, and then I've brought it up again. And then the front, and then pretty much the same on the back, on the opposite side. Now on the re-re, I'm pretty sure that they give you a black canopy line to go all the way around, but on the original this bit was missing, so this bit was white. You didn't get that little extra black decal, so what I've done is I've just got some Kyosho line tape just to continue it round. I've just noticed it's not quite straight there. I'll cut that off. So it's not quite how it should be, but it's okay, and it's that thing, isn't it? Like, we all know that as soon as the rest of the decals go on and the car's finished, you might not have even noticed that if I hadn't told you, but it's kind of important for me to keep it real. Right, now I'll cut out the rest of the decals and we'll get those on. Right, that's the next batch of decals. There's still more to go, but that's the next batch to go on next. Again, everything I'm using right now is all original. Right, that's the latest batch on. Looking great, looking really good. So we've got these left, obviously number 5s we're not using because we went with the box art number 3, but we've got the decals to get on. Now, one interesting thing, on the original, you painted this section blue, and then there was this white Thundershot decal that went across it. Obviously this is the re-re body, so they've got a decal that does that, so it's blue, it's full block with the Thundershot in the middle of it, so I'm going to have to use that. But this is actually, the wing is actually going to cover that whole decal. It's going to be about there, so you're not going to see it. So I'm kind of debating whether to not put it on. I don't know. No, I think I will put it on, because once the wings. Oh, and here's another thing. So you got to put obviously 2 holes in the wing, but 2 holes in this bit to screw it down to the body. That's not how the original attaches. So my point being, why I bring that to you, is that if I don't go with the wing, there's going to be 2 holes in there. So I'm definitely going to leave that off for now. I'm not going to put anything there, and we'll just mount this to see if we like it. And if I don't like it, at least I can take it off, and then the big decal will cover the holes for the future, if that makes sense. Right, let's crack on. Right, a little bit of progress. So, first thing to show you is the 2 decals on the number plate, Hyper Off-Road Racing. Again, from the original sheet. Driver's kind of done. Not putting any eyes in him, because if I do eyes, it makes the chap look very unwell. But yeah, liking that. So body shell is now finished with all the original decals, and that, to be honest, is it finished. The only thing missing, as I said, on the original, that whole rectangle had to be painted same blue, and then the white Thundershot went across it. I'll show you this. So I've just dug out the Riri decals. So that's the one I'm talking about here. Now, as I say, I'm not going to use that because we're going to fit the wing first. So what I need to do now is cut the wing decals from the Riri sheet, and get the hardware. And yeah, I'll cut the decals out first, and then we'll fit the wing before we fit the decals to it. Right, last pieces of the decals that are going on. So these are all from the Riri sheet. Now, apart from those 2, everything else here is our wing decals. So that's cool. But I've also cut these air intake decals out, which go here on the car. The original never had these, and when they did the 2023 Thundershot, the 2007 Thundershot didn't have those either. But the 2023, they put this decal on, and it just emphasises a little bit the air intakes, which I just think looks awesome. It's not very often, especially for Tamiya, that they make an improvement, if that makes sense. This was lacking from the original, in my opinion. You'll see when I put them on, it just puts a little bit of detail there. Awesome. So anyway, that's all the decals, and I've got the wing on, as you can see. Now, I've put it on rubber mounts underneath. I've not used the hardware that is in the kit. I've not even looked for it. I just have nuts and bolts lying around. But I had these 2 like rubber standoffs, which I can't show you, unfortunately. But I just thought, even though it's not running, it just lets it flex a little bit, which I think is a good idea, as opposed to like a hard spacer that Tamiya give you. Now, also I have the option later to increase the length of the standoffs, which will raise the wing up and down. Can't do that with the screws I've used right now, but this is more a case of just getting it on and seeing what it looks like. I do like the wing when it's got a little bit of a gap from the body, but saying that, this is the first time I've seen one like this, so once the decals are on, I don't know, I might like it. So anyway, next up now is to get the rest of these decals on. Right, I think everything's done. I think. So what have you not seen? So, air intake decals. I love them. They definitely should have been on the original. It just, I don't know, it just needed it. Oh, the wing is done. I'm a big fan of the wing. That looks awesome. I went with keep it down instead of pushing down or whatever it is, because both wing slogans are obviously about the wing itself. So I went with keep it down. I'm not usually a fan of decals for wing sides, but what Tamiya did was they made them slightly smaller, so you get the nice white edging around, which is cool, and obviously straight on you get the white line. So yeah, I'm a big fan of that. That's cool. So let's start putting it back together bit by bit. Right, that's the driver figure and wheel adapters on. I mean, it's very basic, but it does the job. And I managed to use the original one and original helmet as well, which is cool. Right, let's get the wheels on. Right, so I knew the front suspension would be too soft, but again, it's a showpiece, so it doesn't really matter. But it don't. If you I can move the angle obviously to bring it up, but it's going to sit there anyway, and obviously it allows me when it's on the shelf just to kind of put it wherever I want it. The more and more, I don't have many critiques of this car. I absolutely love it, but because it had non-adjustable arms, when you make it a little bit lower, your front wheels go at silly angles. which does make me want to look for a turnbuckle set so I can adjust it properly. But that's one for the future, definitely. In fact, I probably won't even do it. But yeah, loving that. Right, let's get the body on. Well, my friends, what do you think? I love it. It's been a while. It's been a year or two since I've seen a Thundershot in the flesh. Yeah, that's a little bit special for me. That really is. That's so nice. And I'm loving the wing as well. You have to leave in the comments what you think to the wing. I know it's Marmite. Some people love it, some people hate it. But at least I have that decal. If I ever do decide to take it off, I don't want it. I've got the big blue Thundershot decal to cover the holes up, which is nice. But I've got to be honest. Oh, do you know what? I've missed the wing sides. I've just realised it needs something on the wing sides. Now, the kit just has a little bit of white writing that just goes across the bottom, but I'm wondering if I can get the second pair of number 3s and get them on the wing. That might look cool. Right, let me have a mess around with that. Right, now check out that rear wing, or the sides of it. So I cut the number 3s out and I put them on, and they had to go sort of at the widest part because they were just a little bit... Anyway, I put them on. It looked pants. So I dragged them off. I was like, well, I was looking at all sponsorship decals, and then I thought, well, I'm actually probably not going to use the Riri decal set, so I can. So this one here, which obviously is original, I've cut it up and put it on the wing. For me, that just works. I mean, that was just like all right, kind of. We'll see what happens. But oh, I'm a big fan of that. I really am. That's pretty badass, to be honest. Yeah, big fan of that. I can't stop looking at this thing. I like it just because of that. Not just because, but because of how I've done that wing. I've kind of made it a little bit of my own, which is always nice to do. That looks so good. Oh, that looks so good. Right, let me just put this tripod back down. Right, only thing I need to do now is just spray some silicone spray on the tyres just to try bring a little bit of life into them and make them shiny. That is awesome. Right, just got some silicone spray on. It just brings them back to life a little bit. Puts a bit of shine on them, but you'll probably need a couple of coats once that's dry, or another coat. But it's best just to sort of let it do its thing on its own. It's not the best silicone. Some people ask me what I use, and this is the only one I found. This one, I think I got it at Canadian Tire, but I can't remember what I used to get in the UK. It was from Halfords. But it just seemed to go on so much better. And it was like one coat of it and it was done and it'd last for ages. Whereas this stuff's just not quite as good. It's probably slightly different stuff from... Anyway, well, let's let that dry. Well, for me, that is absolutely class. Absolutely love it. Made up with it. I'm sorry to harp on about the wing, but yeah, the wing just makes it a little bit special for me, and I don't know, because just of how it is, and it's probably fluke with the red stripe, but it kind of blends in better than it did, if that makes sense. My gosh, I wish that's what mine looked like when I took it to the track for the very first time. Oh dear, what a thing. That's just memories for me. Yeah, I'm made up with that. That is a little bit special. You have to leave in the comments what you think. I would imagine the most of the comments will be regarding the wing. Some will say I keep it on, some will say I get rid of it. But right now, I'm 95% positive that wing's staying on, because I just think it looks off the chart, to be honest. And she's done. And honestly, I am happy as a pig in you know what. Yeah. Need cleaning now. Yeah, I've got some bit of silicone spray on it here and there. Ugh. What a car. What a car. I've had lots of these over the years, but this time round it's a little bit special just because this is mine now. Obviously, I don't have a Thundershot in the collection, and just yeah, a massive thank you first of all to Rocco for donating this whole original car, which is just off the chart. Keith over at RC Icons for the bits, the period correct bits. Just awesome. It's just really awesome. And Berry for getting me the re kit in the first place. Stay tuned for that. I've got big plans for that. And it still will be a giveaway, but it won't be a Thundershot. And I won't say too much, but it'll be very special anyway. So the only thing... I'm debating, do I want to look out for the Terra Scorcher adjustable top arms front and back? I don't know. It just means I can sit it a little bit lower, because it does look good when it's a little bit lower, and it'll keep the front wheel straight as opposed to them doing this. And they're doing it now and it's not even that low. Anyway, just incredible. I'm going to look at this for a while. I'm made up. I can't wait. So this is actually the first car. This sits on the floor now because there's no space. I've said, I don't know if I've told, well, in other videos I've said there's another, I've got to make 12 buggies and 2 trucks for another 2 cabinets whenever, next year sometime, because it'll take me forever. To make 12 buggies and 2 trucks, 14 RC cars. Yeah, it's incredible. So this is the very first one, but I'll be adding to that very soon, actually. But yeah, stick in the comments what you think to this. I love it. Anyway, my friends, thank you so much for watching. Massively appreciated. If you are new to this channel, if you could please consider liking and subscribing. Leave this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Leave it a thumbs down if you didn't and you think I'm a dickhead. If you don't think I'm a dickhead, consider subscribing. That would be awesome. And as other YouTube channels say, we'll see you on the next one. Sounds weird when I say it, so I'll go, happy I see you.